and welcome back to another episode of Online Teaching with Jay, the 2020 experience. So in this episode, I'd like to take a moment to recap some of the different things I've learned about how countries are handling the online education situation. Now, some of this I've learned through articles, which I'll post in the description below, and other parts I've learned through friends who are spread throughout the world and through their anecdotes of what they're going through. So China was one of the first countries to go online with education, and from what I understand, according to the articles cited in the descriptions below, China's market for online applications and digital learning platforms has grown rapidly since the outbreak. However, the problem is that content has to be regulated, and this has slowed down the ability for online applications to be produced and marketed. In fact, in Shanghai, the local education commission selected the best teachers to deliver content to students online so that they could control what was going on there. So clearly there's a case of balancing the need for online education with government regulation of what's being provided. In France, the Conseil National d'Éducation à Distance, or the National Council for Distance Learning, has since 2017 put together a platform called Ma Classe à la Maison, or My Class at Home. And it serves mainly French students who are around the world, but also those who can't attend school on a regular basis. This new system can apparently handle the entirety of students in France in French public education, in other words, about 13 million young people. Now, the French President Emmanuel Macron has asked that schools remain shut until April 4th, but the main issues are the 5% of school children who don't have internet at home, and the fact that they have to provide care for teachers who have students and children themselves. In Turkey, the Ministry of Education will be asking students and teachers in public schools to use their two main platforms for education. However, Turkey has realized that whereas not all students have access to internet, most students have access to a TV. So there will be a 20 to 25 minute educational broadcast throughout the day that students can follow. But for teachers like myself and my partner who work in private schools, we'll have to rely on Google Classroom, Zoom, Google Meet to deliver content and lessons. And for our little one D, he'll mostly be on those platforms as well as Google Classroom and Google Meet. So let's see how that goes. But what about other places in the world? So in the United States and Australia, there are no national online learning platforms. Teachers are encouraged to use all the available tools to share content and assignments with students. Now, from what I understand from my high school friends who are spread throughout the world, primary students mostly get worksheets or small assignments to be completed by the end of the week, and therefore need a lot of one-on-one parental support, whereas older students have their content delivered more through online learning management systems like Google Classroom. And for many schools at the moment, they're considering more face-to-face contact with the students if lockdowns are extended. So what does this all mean? Well, for one, there's finally a discussion happening around online education and how that might disrupt the centuries-old classic notion of learning taking place at a school, at a specific school location. But at the same time, there are so many more things that a teacher needs to think about than in a traditional classroom environment. Did I post that assignment on Google Classroom? Are the instructions clear enough for me not to be there with the students? Did I schedule that Zoom meeting at the right time? How can I know that my students have all done the work at the end of the class if I'm not with them? Now, aside from this, there's the crazy disruption that lockdowns are causing on families and working parents, not to mention the issue of exacerbating an already clear digital divide in society. And even more importantly is the idea of socialization. Kids need to be with kids so that they know that all parents are crazy, not just theirs. Now, there are so many other things I could mention today, like the incredible electricity bills that we'll all have at the end of the month, or even the lack of agreement on what a sound online educational model is. And then think about how much eyesight damage will come out of students staring at screens for too many hours a day. But look, I'll just stop there and let you reflect on all this. Thank you for watching another episode of Online Teaching with Jay and the 2020 experience. Please leave any comments you have below to share how your schools or how you as a parent are dealing with this new foray into online teaching and learning. And if you're watching from any of the countries I've mentioned in my video, it'd be great to hear your own personal experience of teaching and learning at home during these very, very crazy days. Okay, stay safe, wash your hands, practice social distancing, and I'll see you in another episode of Online Teaching with Jay.